Well, now let's move on to policing matters. There may be quite a lot there, but Mark, go ahead.
We'll see how much we can chew this segment, Chamberlain. We have with us this morning Mr. Garba Baba Umar, who is the head of the National Central Bureau. He's also a commissioner of police. Well, I'm sure you have been hearing about the Interpol. Interpol, what is the Interpol? The full name is the International Criminal Police Organization. Yeah, they fight crime. They're not a criminal police, I can just say. But you're welcome to Sunrise Daily this morning.
Thank you, Makwe.
Yeah, so we understand that your week, you're hosting the Interpol week here. Theme is for a safer world. And it's going to be a week-long activity, definitely.
Yeah, it is.
What can Nigerians be looking for? Yes, we know that you help fight international crime, and oftentimes you also share information among the National Central Bureau. So there's some crimes that we will hear, oh, this crime was successfully resolved with the intervention or the intelligence provided by the Interpol. But it's been a long time since we heard any of those. What's been going on?
A lot of things have been going on. As you are aware, the Interpol, which is saddled with the responsibility of sharing intelligence information and other tools that will enhance the activities of law enforcement agencies all over the world. It's a global police. It's the #1 police in the world. And it gives opportunity for law enforcement agencies, for the local police and all the nationals to get tools that they could use to enhance policing in their various countries. So crime and criminality is one of the basic instruments or tools that are used by Interpol for other nations to benefit from.
So how is Nigeria going to benefit from this? Because we know that the NCB is usually peopled or manned by the local police. Yeah. How is the Nigerian Police Force, for instance, benefiting from the presence of the NCB here?
Yes, you see, Irma, the Interpol has a database, and this database is about 18. And in each of the database, it touches all aspects of crime.
The database of what?
The database, let me give an example. When we're talking about cyber crime, we have a center, and this innovation center in Singapore analyzes, gives intelligence, forensic analysis of crimes that are committed which could not be analyzed by a particular country. For instance, hacking on financial institutions. And during the 2019 elections also, we are able to detect subversive websites that could be used or that are intended to be used to derail the 2019 general election. The Innovation Center in Singapore were able to provide us with information on that. And the NCB, through the local police, the Nigerian police, the national police, were able to mend that, and then we started their efforts and the arrests were made. So these are some of the things that we do through the Interpol, the benefits from the Interpol Secretariat in Lyon. And also, you see, the tools that we have include issues like money laundering. Anywhere in the world, you commit a crime and you think that you can run away and escape. No, you can't, because we have the avenue. The Interpol has the avenue of detecting you, getting you, either through notices, so that by the time you think that you are safer in another place like a fugitive, you will be apprehended, and then you will be brought back to your country or where the offense was committed. So those are some of the things that we do.
194 countries, you understand, are members of this particular organization. Yeah. And it's very good to see that there is, absolute cooperation amongst the different institutions under this particular major institution. Yeah. How would you say, I mean, you have been talking about impact, but what should you be looking forward to in this week? What can Nigerians say at the end of this week? These are some of the things that we will have benefited from hosting the Interpol Week.
Okay, as you said, we have 194 member countries, and each member country has an NCB, that is the National Central Bureau. We all connect under a platform of I-247. The I-247 and information platform that connects these 194 countries, in which information, issues that relate to crime and criminality could be obtained from that platform. Also, this week, we intend to bring in NAPTI, EFCC, immigration, and a host of others. This will give them opportunity to explore all those tools that we have, the 18 databases, and they will be able to, like the immigration, let me give you an example. We have been talking about biometrics. We have been talking about facial biometrics. How do you detect a stolen item? How do you still detect a stolen document? The Interpol has all the tools that can help immigration services to carry out their job successfully.
I've been reading this. It says that Nigeria shares 4,000 kilometers of borderland with 4 other West African countries.
Yeah.
4,000 is a long space.
It's a long space.
And that we also have a long coast, which is obvious. Now, they say this geographical location makes it attractive to organized crime groups who either wish to carry out smuggling operations across the region or to cross it bound for other continents. Now, the crimes often lead to money laundering and violent crime. We are in a position where we sit between the crossroads and between West Africa and Sahel's most violent conflict zone, which makes us a fertile ground for terrorist groups and international criminal networks. How have we been able to, because this is a huge risk for the country, mainly by its geographical location, nothing more. How have we been able to curb the prevalence of international, or the presence of international organized crime here in the country? Would you say that they're growing by the day, or are we getting success in actually taming them?
No, we are getting success. Let me give you an example. We have what we call the extension of the I-247 to law enforcement agencies, which will be domiciled in borders. And these borders, all the borders that relate to the country, they will be, we will put machineries, things that will detect if a crime is committed or you are running away from one particular country or you are a criminal, but the database in which the other country has shared with us will be able to detect and arrest the suspect. So you can see there is a link in which all issues that borders in crime and criminality within the borders and within other countries that are in within these 4,000 square meters that bordering Nigeria, we will be able to get the suspect or the suspected criminal apprehended.
The quality of information that our own NCB will share with other NCBs, isn't it heavily dependent on the quality of information it's able to also get from the local policing system?
Yeah, it is what they infuse into the system. You know, you put in, if a stolen, let me give you an example, if a stolen vehicle you want to recover a stolen vehicle, if you don't give information on that stolen vehicle, no matter what you do, you can't get it. But by the time it's on our database, it will be shared among the 194 countries, which means there must be an input on information about a crime for you to be able to detect or for you to be able to go after the crime or the criminals.
Would you say that we're sharing quality information? I don't, well, would you say, how would you say is the relationship between the Nigerian Police Force and the NCB here in Abuja?
It's excellent. You see, under the Inspector General of Police, IGP Adamu Mohammed Abubakar, MNI, MPM MNI, we are able to, you know, he's a veteran Interpol personnel, the most celebrated African Interpol. He was the first ever vice president of the Interpol, #2 police officer in the world. So coming on board, he has made it possible for the Interpol to expand its horizon in such a way that local police, the national police, infuse information, give us information in which we share with our database. It goes to the 194 countries. You can see the connection now, that the ability of the Nigerian police to share information with the Interpol gives room for all other continents to get information about a crime of
What is the #1 threat we're currently facing in terms of international organized crime here in Nigeria?
#1 threat is cybercrime. Cybercrime is getting every day, day by day, criminals are getting wiser. And we are also better off than, because any crime you committed and you think that you have run to another country as a fugitive, or you have done it from another country through website, or we detect and we share the information, and the law enforcement agencies go after you. The Interpol does not make arrests, investigate, no. They share the information that are before them. They share it to all the law enforcement agencies, all the nationals, all the member countries. So whatever crime is committed in Nigeria, it must be reported. If you want to go, if you commit a crime in Ghana, and Ghana wanted Nigeria to help, you must pass through the NCB, the National Central Bureau, which you report. Then the local police will take action, arrest will be made, and then issue of extradition or otherwise will come up. And that is left with the Minister of Justice, where we have the MLA, the mutual law, legal assistance.
Well, we'll have to take a break at this moment. When we come back, I'm going to be asking you, as a local police officer as well, because you're also a commissioner of police here in Nigeria, whether we have the capability to stop emerging threats, especially in cybercrime. In just a moment, please stay with us. Garba Baba Umar is still with us in the studio. He's the Commissioner of Police and also the head of the National Central Bureau, that's the NCB, which is the Interpol office here in Nigeria. Well, and they're hosting their week this week. It's the theme is for a safer world. Now, just before we went on break, he was saying that the biggest threat we currently face is cybercrime. As a local police officer as well, do you think that the country is equipped to fight cybercrime?
Yeah, I can say we are, because I gave you an example of the 2019 general election, and the Inspector General of Police has also established 2 units, the analytical unit that deals with the issue of cybercrime, and the cybercrime unit, which is domiciled with the 4CID, and then which is complemented by the Interpol section, which will have an effective cybercrime. And these are the challenges we're having. Some banks are not even aware, financial institutions are not aware that they have been hacked, their system. You know, bad guys transfer funds, they remove funds from one account to another. We trace them and we're working well. And we have informed that, we have informed so many financial institutions that their system has been compromised.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, just looking now, I also noticed that the Interpol issues color-coded notices alerts to police on crimes and criminality. So you find that you have the red notice for wanted persons, blue notice for additional information, green notice, warnings and intelligence, yellow for missing persons, unidentified bodies also have their own notices, etc., etc. Just wondering, do you differentiate when a notice is politically motivated or when it's actually an actual crime?
Yeah, of course. The Interpol Secretariat, when a notice is issued, once it has to do with political, they don't issue that kind of notice.
You're able to differentiate?
Yes, they know. They will look through the contents of what you have given, what you have submitted. A team is set up, is always set up to look at all the documents that were brought before them, such as the court orders and what have you, the procedure, the nature of the case, the subject matter. When they look at the subject matter, I realize that this is more of a political issue or religious issue. Red notice or blue notice or whatever notice will not be issued. This is what Interpol stands for. They don't engage themselves in issues of political, whatever it is. It is purely criminal matters.
So at the end of the day, you are happy that this week has been hosted in Abuja. What benefits would you be offering to those who are coming to the country?
It's to inform them that we have a safer place. Nigeria is a safe place that they can come and do their businesses. Not only that, agencies will also benefit from the information and tools that we have so that we can give them the tools, inform them, extend such tools to them so that whenever they are doing their job, it will make it easier for them. And we also intend to pay a visit to IDPs where we can show our humane part of the Interpol, recognize that we are part of them. And then also this week, we intend to play with the ex-internationals. We are going to, this is to bring Interpol into the public so that they can be aware what we are doing and what they can benefit from Interpol.
Are you inviting the generality of the public?
Of course, we have done that.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you'll be there, Makwe.
Well, it's certainly something to look forward to. Well, we have to thank you for coming on Sunrise Daily this morning.
Thank you,
Garba Baba Umar is a commissioner of police. He's also the head of the National Central Bureau, which is the office of the Interpol here in Nigeria. That's where we leave it for Sunrise Daily this beautiful Wednesday morning. Yes, it's Wednesday, hump day already. Well, thank you for watching. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf.
Yeah, I'm Chamberlain Uso.
I'm Kayode Okikele. And I'm Ayo Makinde. Good morning and have a wonderful day.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.